Okay, so in this lecture, we'll discuss on a method or on a result that helps us in establishing whether equilibrium point uh, of a nonlinear system is stable or not. Okay, it actually helps us in establishing the stability of a equilibrium point. Okay, not the instability but the stability. Okay, so we know that if a solution starts at the equilibrium point of a system. Okay, so if the initial condition is such that it is exactly equal to the equilibrium point of the system, then the system will always stay at the equilibrium point. Okay, why? Because by definition of the equilibrium point, x dot is equal to 0, so the x is not going to change. If x doesn't change, the system essentially is not changing. Okay, but the question is, if you do not start exactly at the equilibrium point, but at a condition or at a point which is arbitrarily close to the equilibrium point under consideration, then what happens? How would the system evolve? Will the system's trajectory or basically the solution x remain close to the equilibrium point? Will it have a tendency to move towards the equilibrium point? Or will it have a tendency to move away from the equilibrium point? So we'll try to see these. Okay, and these are the notions that will actually help us in deriving the condition for stability, or rather, will or basically help us in establishing definition for stability. Okay, so consider autonomous system of this form, and let the origin of Rn be the equilibrium point for this system. Okay, when its origin is the equilibrium point, then f of 0 is essentially going to be 0 by definition of the equilibrium point. We call this equilibrium point as stable if for every epsilon greater than 0, there exists some delta of epsilon greater than 0 such that this particular condition is satisfied. Now, this b delta x star and b epsilon x star are essentially the neighborhood of a star with radius delta and epsilon respectively. So the then definition is given here. Now what this the delta epsilon definition essentially means or is trying to say is that equilibrium point is said to be stable if all solutions starting at nearby points, when I say nearby points, it means close to the equilibrium point, they always stay nearby. Okay, otherwise the equilibrium point is said to be unstable. Okay, so all the solutions that will start close to it, they will always stay nearby. But if this is not true, that is, if there are solutions, if there are certain points where if you start, the solution may not stay close to the equilibrium point, then we can say that it is unstable. Okay, so now if uh, the equilibrium point is such that, I mean, the system is such that if you start close to the equilibrium point, not only the solutions will have a tendency to stay near the equilibrium point, but also have a tendency to move towards the equilibrium point as time approaches infinity. So as you move further and further in time, you'll see that the solution x is tending towards the equilibrium point. Then such a equilibrium point is said to be asymptotically stable. Okay, so to put it mathematically, the equilibrium point x star equal to 0, which is the origin of Rn in this case, which is the equilibrium point for the autonomous system, is said to be asymptotically stable. If it is stable, so it has to satisfy definition of stability, and you can choose the delta such that if you start within the delta ball, okay, if so this delta and that delta are the same. So if you start within the delta ball, okay, then as limit t approaches infinity, you are actually seeing that the magnitude of x will become 0. Why? Because as t approaches infinity, x is going towards the origin. Okay, and we say that the equilibrium point is not stable if is unstable if it is not stable, if the stability definitions are not satisfied by the equilibrium point. Okay, so let us take an example. So consider this particular example: x1 dot equal to x2 and x2 dot is equal to minus a sin x1 minus b x2, where a is greater than 0. Okay, we have two equilibrium points in this case, which is 0 0 and pi 0, and the region in which we are looking for is x1 is in the range minus pi to pi, where minus pi is excluded, and b is belonging to r. Okay, so in this particular domain, the equilibrium points that the system has is 0 0 and pi 0. Okay, these are the two equilibrium points. When b is equal to 0, if the trajectory start close to the equilibrium point 0 0, then we see that there would be a fixed amplitude oscillation. Okay, but if b is greater than 0, then this amplitude decreases. Okay, so this is you can imagine that this is basically a model of a simple pendulum. So if b is 0, that means there is no damping term. So if you start from a certain non-zero angle and lead the pendulum, then you see that it keeps on oscillating, and the oscillation amplitude will never decrease. Okay, but if b is greater than 0, if b is positive, then it means that there is some opposition to the motion, due to which, or rather there is some damping effect to which the amplitude will start decreasing, and as time approaches infinity, the trajectories will go towards the 0 0 position, which is basically when the pendulum is vertically downwards and at rest. Okay, so 0 0 here is a stable equilibrium point. Okay, when b is equal to 0 or b greater than 0, because in both cases, if you start arbitrarily close to the equilibrium point 0 0, then your trajectories also stay nearby, they do not venture out. Okay, but if you consider the equilibrium point pi 0 for b greater than or equal to the 0, the trajectories will not essentially satisfy the epsilon delta definition that we saw for stability. Okay, the epsilon delta definition that we saw for stability. So this, that is why the pi 0 equilibrium point will be an unstable equilibrium point. Okay, now the way the epsilon delta ball definition goes to check stability of equilibrium point, it needs to identify the solution to the differential equation and analyze the solution to this differential equation for all the initial conditions possible. Okay, to make things easier, we have a result which is very popular and is proposed by, which was given by Lyapunov, is known as Lyapunov's theorem on stability. So this result relies on the fact that you, if a system, if equilibrium point is stable and the equilibrium point is attractive. When I say attractive, it means that for an initial condition close by, it will be such that the system's trajectory will have, or the solution x will have a tendency to go towards the equilibrium point in question. Okay, then that will be and so what it tries to say is, try to construct a energy like function. It is basically trying to depict the energy of the system and see what happens to the energy as the system evolves autonomously. As the system evolves autonomously, if this energy does not increase, okay, is a non-increasing function, then the equilibrium point is classified as a stable equilibrium point. If the energy of the system monotonically decreases, Okay, and it goes towards zero as the trajectories approach origin, then it would mean that then it would essentially establish that the system equilibrium point under consideration is asymptotically stable. Okay, so you can imagine it in fact like this, the simple pendulum case. Okay, so when B was zero, you had sustained oscillations that kept on going on because there was no damping. So if you see, the energy basically gets converted to the potential energy gets converted to kinetic energy, and kinetic energy gets converted to potential energy, and so on, and P plus Ke remains constant. Okay, so this is what is happening now. When a damping factor is established, then there is some energy lost as the motion goes on, due to which the pendulum finally tends to go towards rest, basically the 0 0 equilibrium point. Okay, so you can establish this this energy, which is the potential energy plus the kinetic energy, as something that is trying to tell you about the nature of the equilibrium point. Okay, so the energy that is there will never increase. Okay, it may decrease or may get dissipated, and it may remain constant or may decrease due to dissipation because of the damping factor that is present. Okay, so to formally put this theorem, what we have is this. So consider a autonomous system with initial condition x0. Let the origin be the equilibrium point, and the domain of operation is D, which is subset of Rn. Consider a continuously differentiable function v mapping from D, the domain D, to the reals R. Okay, and the condition on this function is it is 0 when x is 0, and v of x is greater than 0 when x is not 0. Okay, so D contains the equilibrium point. At the equilibrium point, at 0, V is 0, and for all other point except for 0 in the domain D, V is going to be greater than 0. Okay, we call such a function to be a positive definite function. Okay, and this function is such that V dot of x, so the derivative of V evaluated along the system's trajectory, okay, is less than equal to 0. So basically V is a non increasing function in the domain D. This is the case, then V is known as the Lyapunov function, and the equilibrium point origin, which is under consideration, that is the origin, is said to be stable. Okay, please note that when you say V dot x is less than equal to 0 in the domain D, it essentially means that V dot is negative semi-definite. Further, if this V dot, instead of negative semi-definite, it is negative definite, which essentially means that V dot is negative for all values of x in the domain D except for 0 where it is 0. So V dot of 0 is 0, but V dot of x is actually less than 0. If this is the case, then the equilibrium point, which is x equal to 0, or the origin here, will be a asymptotically stable equilibrium point. Okay. Now, note that I said that v, the derivative of v is evaluated along the trajectory. So the definition that you actually see here, which is dv by dt, is essentially, if you see, it is x dot that is evolved, and for x dot we substitute the function f of x, which is determining how the autonomous system is evolving. Okay, so that is why we say that v dot is evaluated along the system trajectory. Okay, also note that v is a positive definite function that is mapping from the domain D to R, and because of the way v dot is evolving, v dot is computed or v dot is known, the rate of change of v is known, it always evolves along the trajectory of the system. Okay, so if v decreases, then or if v goes towards zero, then it essentially says something about how the solution trajectory x or the state vector x is evolving. If v remains constant, then it tells how in fact the x is actually evolving. Okay, so we'll discuss this more through some examples and understand that how this Lyapunov theorem can be used to establish stability or asymptotic stability for equilibrium points. So we'll stop here. Thank you.